Your olive oil is fake, and the companies selling it know exactly what you're pouring on your food. That bottle you grabbed at Loblaws yesterday, the Italian name, the rustic label that made you feel like you were bringing Tuscany home, it's not olive oil, not really. We're talking about an industry where product of Italy means olives from Tunisia, where extra virgin failed laboratory testing, where companies blend cheap seed oils with a splash of olive and charge you $15 for the privilege. I tested 10 of the most popular olive oil brands sold in Canada, checked purity reports, read class action lawsuit documents, talked to actual producers who told me things that'll make you pour half your pantry down the sink. Number 1 is sitting in millions of Canadian kitchens right now. Drop a comment with the brand you're buying. Let's see how many show up on this list. 10. Carapelli, the heritage lie. The corporate takeover. Tuscan branding hiding a Spanish conglomerate. Since 1893, elegant label, Italian name, over a century of heritage. Carapelli positions itself as authentic Tuscan olive oil. Carapelli isn't owned by the Carapelli family anymore. Acquired in 2006 by Deoleo, Spanish conglomerate, largest olive oil company in the world. When corporations that size take over heritage brands, authenticity dies. Focus shifts from quality to volume, from Tuscan groves to wherever the cheapest olives are available that year. Pick up a bottle at Metro, product of Italy, on the front. Flip it over, fine print. Blend of oils from various EU and non-EU countries. Your Tuscan olive oil could contain olives from Spain, Tunisia, Morocco, Turkey, anywhere Deoleo sources cheap. Olive oil's health benefits come from polyphenols, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, heart protective compounds. Fresh extra virgin contains 200 to 500 milligrams per kilogram polyphenols. Aged, blended, industrial oil could be under 50 milligrams per kilogram. You're paying for health benefits that may not exist in the bottle. Olive oil oxidizes, goes rancid, loses everything healthy. By the time Carapelli reaches Canadian shelves, shipped from industrial facilities, warehoused for months, the oil could be a year old. Rancid oil doesn't just lose benefits, creates free radicals. Anti-inflammatory oil becomes pro-inflammatory. You're paying $15 to accelerate cellular damage. Italian-Canadian families walking through Sobeys looking for a taste of home. Trusting the Italian name. Paying premium because heritage matters to them. Deoleo isn't producing oil the way Carapelli did in 1893. They're running industrial operations optimized for global distribution. Olives pressed in massive facilities. Blended to create consistency across millions of bottles. Shipped in containers sitting in warehouses for months before reaching Canadian shelves. Your fix, since 1893, is a marketing slogan Deoleo bought along with the brand. Blend of oils from various countries means you have no idea what you're consuming. Heritage branding is not a quality guarantee. Walk away. The heritage name, the Spanish corporation, the mystery blend, since 1893 is just a number they purchased. 9. Bertolli, the laboratory failure, the extra virgin lie, the most recognized fraud in Canada. Italy's favorite, most recognized olive oil brand in Canada. Bottles everywhere from Walmart to Loblaws. The safe choice, the familiar choice. Also owned by Deoleo, same Spanish conglomerate behind Carapelli. Sources from multiple countries. Blends in industrial facilities. Here's where Bertolli gets worse. It failed independence testing. Researchers at UC Davis tested common olive oil brands sold in North American supermarkets. Bertolli failed to meet extra virgin olive oil standards. Oil contained defects, showed signs of oxidation, didn't meet chemical parameters required to legally call something extra virgin. Failed. Laboratory tested. Documented. Bertolli still sells bottles labeled extra virgin olive oil at every major Canadian retailer. What extra virgin actually requires: free fatty acid content below 0.8%, peroxide value below 20 milliequivalents, O2 per kilogram, zero sensory defects, no rancidity, no mustiness, no vinegary taste. Positive attributes of fruitiness, bitterness, pungency. Bertolli failed these standards, still charges premium prices. Fine print, product of Italy, Greece, Spain, Tunisia. A blend of the cheapest oils Deoleo could source that quarter. Mixed in ratios you'll never know. Health impact? Oxidized olive oil contains aldehydes, toxic compounds linked to heart disease, neurodegenerative conditions, and cellular damage. You switched to olive oil for health benefits. Bertolli may be delivering the opposite. Busy Canadian families grabbing Bertolli because they recognize the name from TV. Seniors cooking for grandchildren, believing premium price means premium quality. Your fix? Extra virgin on the label means nothing without independent testing verification. UC Davis documented Bertolli's failure. If a brand has laboratory failures and still sells as extra virgin, that tells you everything about their integrity. Walk away. The familiar name, the failed tests. Italy's favorite is one of the world's biggest olive oil frauds. 8. Filippo Berio, the serial offender, the purity scandal. Chef's choice that keeps failing tests. The Italian chef's choice. Green bottles, rustic label featuring Italian countryside. Trusted by chefs worldwide. Filippo Berio has a problem. It keeps failing purity tests. Owned by Salov, Italian company. But Italian parent doesn't mean Italian oil in the bottle. Sources from multiple Mediterranean countries. Blends extensively. Flagged multiple times for quality issues. Major investigation in Italy. Authorities found oils labeled extra virgin contained lower-grade oils, chemical additives, and even vegetable oils. Scandal rocked the Italian olive oil industry. Lower-grade oils, chemical additives, vegetable oils, in bottles labeled extra virgin. Filippo Berio claimed issues were limited to specific batches. Laboratory results don't have batches. Either your quality systems prevent contamination, or they don't. Here in Canada, still sits on premium shelves at Loblaws and Metro, priced like authentic extra virgin. Marketed as chef's choice. Flip the bottle. Blend of oils from Mediterranean countries. Not Italy. Mediterranean countries. Could mean anything. Unknown age, unknown processing, unknown polyphenol content. Chemical additives found in the investigation included chlorophyll added to make refined oil look green. Color manipulation to deceive consumers into believing they're buying fresh, high-quality oil. Home cooks thinking Italian chef's choice means professional quality. Italian-Canadian families trusting Mediterranean names. Paying $18 to $20 per liter for vaguely sourced blends. Your fix? Repeated purity failures tell you everything. When a brand gets caught and is still selling vaguely sourced blends a decade later, the business model is the problem. Chef's choice is marketing. Laboratory results are facts. Trust the lab. The chef endorsement. The failed purity tests. Italian chef's choice keeps choosing to cut corners. 7. Mazola, the category fraud, the seed oil infiltrator. A corn oil company pretending to know olive oil. Mazola makes olive oil now. The corn oil company. Brand synonymous with vegetable oil since 1911. That alone tells you everything about their commitment to authentic olive oil. Manufactured by ACH Food Companies, subsidiary of Associated British Foods. Same people making Mazola corn oil. When a corn oil company starts making olive oil, they're not consulting Italian agronomists. They're applying industrial food production to a new category. Bigger problem? Mazola sells olive oil blends. Olive oil with a touch of canola oil. Olive oil infused with vegetable oil. Literally mixing olive oil with seed oils, selling it as healthier cooking oil. This defeats the entire purpose of switching to olive oil. Extra virgin's benefits come from specific compounds, polyphenols, oleocanthal, oleocein, hydroxytyrosol, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, cardioprotective. These exist because of the olive fruit's unique chemistry. Canola oil, different fatty acid profile, high omega-6, processed with hexane, a neurotoxin. Trace residues remain, pro-inflammatory at high consumption levels. Mix the two, dilute polyphenols, increase omega-6 load, add hexane residues. If the blend is 30% olive and 70% canola, ratio they don't disclose, you're getting 30% of the polyphenols at best. Paying olive oil prices for mostly canola. Health-conscious Canadians buying this at Freshco or No Frills. Seeing the Mazola name they recognize from decades of grocery shopping. Thinking olive oil from a trusted brand means quality. Seniors who've used Mazola corn oil for 50 years. It's across product categories. It doesn't. If you want olive oil, buy olive oil. If you want corn oil, buy corn oil. Mazola's best of both worlds marketing is worst of both worlds chemistry. Your fix, olive oil blend, is not olive oil. If the label says blend, infused with, or touch of, you're buying diluted product. If a corn oil company made it, their expertise is corn oil. Buy olive oil from companies that only make olive oil. The corn oil company. The olive oil blend, best of both worlds, is worst of both worlds chemistry. 6. Pompeian, the import lie. The class action. Imported from Italy, blended in Baltimore. Imported from Italy, brand since 1906. Italian imagery on every bottle. Everything screams authentic Italian olive oil. Pompeian is an American company, based in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's how the game works. Pompeian imports bulk oil from Italy, Spain, Greece, Tunisia, Portugal. Ships to the US, blends in American facilities. Bottles in Baltimore. Legally claims imported from Italy, because some percentage originated there. Some percentage. Could be 10% Italian, 90% Tunisian. Could be last year's harvest from 3 countries. Could be refined oil with small amounts of extra virgin to pass basic testing. Class action lawsuit. Pompeian's extra virgin didn't meet standards. Laboratory testing found defects, signs of oxidation, failed sensory evaluations. Case settled. When olive oil oxidizes, it forms lipid peroxides. These break down into aldehydes, compounds linked to cardiovascular disease, DNA damage, accelerated aging. Cooking with oxidized oil at high temperatures amplifies aldehyde production. You switch to olive oil to protect your heart. Oxidized oil may be damaging it. Walk into any Costco, Loblaws, or Walmart. Pompeian prominently displayed, often on sale. Large bottles at prices that seem too good to be true. Budget-conscious shoppers thinking $12 per liter is smart compared to $20 brands. Young couples learning to cook healthier, believing imported from Italy means quality. What exactly are you importing from Italy? The label? Your fix. Imported from Italy is a legal loophole, not a quality guarantee. If oil is blended in a different country from where it's imported from, origin claims are meaningless. If a brand settled class action lawsuits over quality, that tells you their standards. Check for single origin sourcing. If the bottle doesn't name one country and one region, it's a commodity blend. The Italian imagery, the Baltimore factory, the class action settlement. Imported from Italy is just the label that traveled. 5. Kirkland's signature, Costco. The oxidation trap, the bulk bottle lie. 3 liters going rancid before you finish. Costco's house brand. 3-liter bottle for $30 to $35. Price per liter unbeatable. Label claims extra virgin. Millions of Costco members have it right now. Here's the problem with buying olive oil in bulk. Oxidation. Olive oil is not wine. Doesn't improve with age. Deteriorates. From the moment olives are pressed, oil begins oxidizing. Real extra virgin should be consumed within 12 to 18 months of harvest. Ideally within 2 to 3 months of opening. 3-liter bottle. How long does your household take to finish? 3 months? 6 months? Every day in your pantry, every time you open it, every hour near your stove under kitchen lights, oil degrades. Here's what happens. Polyphenol content drops roughly 40% within 6 months of opening. Peroxide values climb. Free fatty acids increase. Aldehydes form. Bottom of that massive bottle months later. Cooking with rancid oil. Lost its polyphenols. Oxidized to the point where it's creating free radicals instead of fighting them. Tastes flat because all the healthy compounds have decomposed. Fresh extra virgin. 200 to 500 milligrams per kilogram polyphenols. Oleocanthal. Anti-inflammatory as potent as ibuprofen. Bottom of a 3-liter bottle 6 months later. Potentially below 50 milligrams per kilogram. Benefits gone. Replaced with lipid peroxides your body has to process. You're not saving money if half oxidizes. Not being healthy consuming rancid oil for months. Not getting benefits of extra virgin if the oil is degraded. Here's who's buying these giant bottles. Health-conscious families thinking they're saving by buying in bulk. Households trying to switch entirely to olive oil, believing bigger is better value. Budget shoppers calculating cost per liter, thinking Kirkland at $10 per liter versus boutique brands at $30 per liter is obviously smart. Kirkland sources from multiple countries. Bulk blend of whatever was cheapest when Costco placed their order. Your fix, buy 500 milliliters dark glass maximum. Use within 2 to 3 months of opening. The 3-liter bottle isn't value, it's guaranteed oxidation. If half goes rancid, you paid $17.50 for 1.5 liters of good oil. That's $11.67 per liter. The savings disappeared with the polyphenols. The bulk bottle, the slow oxidation. 3 liters degrading every day you don't use it. 4. President's Choice, Loblaws. The brand without a factory, the contract mystery. Premium label, commodity oil. Loblaws premium house brand. President's Choice, sophisticated labeling. Extra virgin. Organic extra virgin. Various Mediterranean blends. President's Choice doesn't make anything. They're a brand, not a manufacturer. PC olive oil produced by third-party contract manufacturers. Same facilities bottling Kirkland for Costco one day. No name for Loblaws the next. Contract manufacturers optimize for cost. Source bulk oil on commodity markets. Blend to minimum specifications. Bottle quickly. Ship. Which Mediterranean groves? Information doesn't exist. Harvest dates? Good luck. Quality testing beyond minimum CFIA requirements? none disclosed. Best before dates tell you when oil expires, not when it was made. That distinction matters when freshness determines whether olive oil is healthy or harmful. Organic sounds reassuring, means olives grown without synthetic pesticides. That's it. Doesn't mean fresh, doesn't mean unblended, doesn't mean it meets true extra virgin standards. Organic rancid oil is still rancid oil. Organic oxidized oil still creates free radicals. Loyal Loblaws shoppers trusting the PC brand. Good experiences with PC chips and cookies, assuming same standards apply to olive oil. Canadian families thinking PC is the smart middle ground, your fix. House brands are purchasing contracts, not quality commitments. If the label can't tell you the specific region, harvest date, and producer, you're buying commodity oil in premium packaging. Organic addresses pesticides, not freshness or purity. The premium label, the contract manufacturer, the commodity oil. President's Choice chose profits over transparency. 3. Colavita, the lawsuit brand, the chef's lie. Professional quality that failed professional testing. Used by chefs everywhere. Colavita, restaurant supply stores, Italian specialty shops. Serious culinary credibility. Then the lawsuit happened. Class action. Colavita's extra virgin was neither extra nor virgin. Laboratory testing found defects disqualifying it from extra virgin classification. Chemical analysis. Signs of lower grade oils. Sensory panels, rancidity and taste defects. What lower grade oils means. Virgin olive oil allows free fatty acid up to 2.0%. Lampanti oil, literally lamp oil, too defective for consumption without refining, exceeds 2.0%. When laboratories find these markers in extra virgin bottles, that's mislabeling. You're paying premium prices for inferior product. Colavita settled without admitting wrongdoing. But test results don't lie. Chemical markers are objective measurements. Sensory defects are documented findings. Settling a fraud lawsuit doesn't unveil the tests. Health impact. Lower grade oils have fewer polyphenols, more defects, higher free fatty acids. If you're using Colavita for heart health or Mediterranean diet protocols, degraded oil undermines every reason you chose olive oil. Italian specialty shops in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Colavita still prominently displayed. $25 to $30 per liter. As if the lawsuit never happened. Italian-Canadian families buying it. Home cooks shopping at specialty stores specifically to avoid mass-market oil. Your fix. Class action lawsuits are public record. Search any brand plus lawsuit before buying. If a brand settled a fraud case and made no visible changes, the settlement was a business expense, not a course correction. Used by chefs is marketing. Laboratory results are facts. The chef endorsement. The settled lawsuit. Professional quality that couldn't pass professional testing. 2. Filippo Barrio Extra Light. The diet trap. The refining fraud. Light olive oil with zero health benefits. Filippo Barrio already appeared on this list. Their extra light deserves its own spot. This is where the fraud becomes blatant. Extra light olive oil. Sounds diet-friendly, lower calories, lighter taste, all the health benefits with less intensity. Here's what extra light actually means. Chemically refined, not filtered extra virgin. Olive oil processed with heat and chemical solvents to remove defects and strip away flavor. The refining process, degumming with phosphoric acid. Neutralization with sodium hydroxide, lye. Bleaching with activated carbon. Deodorization at 200 to 270 degrees Celsius under vacuum. Every step destroys polyphenols, eliminates antioxidants, removes everything healthy, polyphenols in real extra virgin. 200 to 500 milligrams per kilogram. After refining, nearly zero. What's left? Olive-flavored vegetable oil. Stripped of oleocanthal, anti-inflammatory as potent as ibuprofen. Stripped of hydroxytyrosol, one of nature's most powerful antioxidants. A neutral fat with no therapeutic value. At olive oil prices, here's the deception. Light doesn't mean fewer calories. Olive oil is approximately 120 calories per tablespoon regardless of grade. Light refers to flavor and color, which were stripped through chemical refining. Sits on shelves next to extra virgin bottles at Sobeys and Loblaws. Same brand, same green bottles. Consumers see extra light and think healthier version. You switch to olive oil for polyphenols, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds. Refined olive oil has none of that. Processed to death. Your fix. Extra light means chemically refined. Always. Every benefit you wanted. destroyed during refining. Want neutral oil? Buy avocado oil. Want health benefits? Buy extra virgin only. Light olive oil is the most expensive way to buy nutritionally empty fat. The diet label? The chemical refining. Extra light means extra processed. 1. Great value. Walmart. The Predator brand. The mystery oil. Walmart's cheapest liquid legally called olive oil. Great value olive oil. $8 to $9 for a liter. Compare that to any legitimate extra virgin. Impossibly cheap, just like great value bread, just like great value coffee. Low price comes at a cost you're not seeing on the label. Great value olive oil is a complete mystery. Who manufactures it? Unknown. Walmart uses contractors who change based on lowest bid. Where do olives come from? Product of Spain, Italy, Greece, Tunisia. Anywhere and everywhere. Harvest date? None. Testing standards? Minimum CFIA requirements only. No third-party verification. Mystery oil in a plastic bottle. Under fluorescent lights at Walmart. Clear plastic bottles. This alone disqualifies it. UV light destroys chlorophyll and polyphenols. Fluorescent store lighting accelerates degradation. Every hour on the shelf, oil loses quality. Plastic also leaches compounds. Phthalates, BPA substitutes. Oil is a solvent, pulls chemicals from plastic containers. At $8 to $9 per liter, do the economics. Real extra virgin costs producers $5 to $8 per liter before bottling, shipping, distribution, retail markup. Walmart sells the finished product for $8 to $9. Math only works if the oil isn't real extra virgin, lower grade, diluted, old stock, blended with cheaper oils. Seniors on fixed incomes buying this weekly thinking $9 is smart budgeting. Single parents switching to healthier cooking, choosing great value because it's affordable. Young Canadians who've heard olive oil is good for you, who don't know what real olive oil costs, who think Walmart's price is just Walmart being Walmart. But you're not making better choices. You're buying mystery oil that might contain more canola than olive, storing it in clear plastic that destroys whatever quality might have existed, cooking with something that has olive oil on the label but might not have meaningful olive content inside. Walmart exploiting your desire to be healthy while exploiting your need to be frugal, selling the cheapest possible product legally called olive oil, betting you won't know the difference. Your fix: when olive oil costs $8 to $9 per liter, the math only works one way. Plastic bottles disqualify any olive oil immediately. No harvest date means no freshness guarantee. If you can't verify origin, producer, harvest date, or testing, you're buying mystery oil. Your health deserves more than Walmart's lowest bid. The $8 price, the plastic bottle. The mystery manufacturer, the Predator brand. How to spot real extra virgin olive oil. 4 tests. No brand loyalty required, just knowledge. 1. Dark glass bottles. Real olive oil comes in dark green or brown glass. Light destroys olive oil. Chlorophyll and polyphenols break down under UV exposure. Clear glass, already degrading. Plastic, leaching chemicals. If it's not dark glass, walk away. 2. Harvest date. Not best before. Harvest date, look for harvested November 2025 or 2025 harvest. Fresh oil within 12 months of harvest retains maximum flavor and health benefits. Best before can be 18 to 24 months after bottling. Tells you nothing about freshness. No harvest date? Assume it's old. Move on. 3. The fridge test. Refrigerate overnight. Real extra virgin solidifies or becomes cloudy. Natural waxes and fatty acids crystallize when cold. Stays completely liquid, refined or diluted. Not perfect. Some varieties stay liquid, but a useful screening method. 4. The taste test. Real extra virgin tastes peppery and slightly bitter. Burns at the back of your throat. That's polyphenols. Oleocanthal. Same anti-inflammatory mechanism as ibuprofen. If you feel the burn, the oil is real and fresh. Bland, neutral, light, refined or old. The bite is a feature, not a defect. Buy 500 milliliters dark glass. Single origin. One country, one region, ideally one producer. Use within 2 to 3 months of opening. Store cool and dark. If it doesn't bite back, it's not real extra virgin. 10 brands, 10 frauds. From Carapelli's corporate takeover to Walmart's mystery oil. From Bertolli's failed laboratory tests to Filippo Berio's chemically refined extra light. An industry built on deception. This isn't about being an olive oil snob. This is about a $16 billion global industry systematically lying to consumers. Brands exploiting health-conscious Canadians trying to make better choices. Companies targeting Mediterranean immigrants with fake imported from Italy labels. Ported, corporations selling rancid, oxidized, or fraudulent oil to families who can't afford to waste money on garbage. Truth is, most olive oil on Canadian shelves isn't what the label claims. It's blended commodity oil in pretty bottles, chemically refined, oxidized before you buy it. Marketed with Italian names and rustic labels designed to stop you from reading the fine print. But real olive oil still exists. You just have to know how to find it. Go check your pantry right now. Dark glass or clear. Harvest date or just best before. Single origin or blend of Mediterranean countries. Peppery bite or bland nothing. If it fails those tests, you know what to do. Share this with someone who needs to know. Subscribe so you never miss investigations like this. Now go check your pantry.